Welcome to Lower Blood Pressure Deliciously. I'm Zonya Foco, registered dietitian and nutritionist. And maybe you've known me from my TV show on public television called Zonya's Health Bites, or maybe you've read one of my cookbooks, Lickety Split Meals, or the Eat Real Cookbook, or maybe you've done one of my courses before, or maybe this is our first time meeting. Either way, I'm so glad you're here. We are going to dive into everything that you can be doing to achieve your healthiest blood pressure level. And if you're on blood pressure medication and your goal is to maybe get off that medication by improving the quality of your diet and consistency of your exercise, that's a realistic goal. And I am privileged to be able to help you achieve that in conjunction with your doctor, of course. And also, maybe you're just a person who wants to keep your blood pressure low, be healthy for the whole family. Hey, that's the camp I'm in. Then congratulations. Yes, this course can absolutely help you do exactly those things. Let's first begin by really understanding what the dangers of high blood pressure are and what is a high blood pressure to begin with. You've probably heard your doctor say those numbers. It's 120 over 90 or it's 140 over 99. Well, what's normal? What is our goal? And so this is important to see the range. And I want you to know they call it the silent killer because you can't feel high blood pressure unless it's all the way in the red zone. Sometimes you will feel that. So don't think, well, what's the big deal? So what? I have a little bit high blood pressure. I don't feel any different. Oh, there's much going on. And we definitely want to move you down to that normal range. And we absolutely can do it with diet. So here's what happens. You think, how many people have high blood pressure? See, nearly half of adults in the United States, or 108 million, or 45%, have hypertension or are taking a medication for hypertension. Wow. That's a lot. Count it off. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's a lot. But guess what else? Only about 1 in 4 adults, 24% with hypertension, have their condition under control. Wow. So we need to do better, and we can do better. And why? What happens if you think, well, that's okay, my blood pressure is a little bit up. I haven't really had it. It's been a year, 2 years, 10 years, haven't really been keeping track of it, and I don't really feel that different. Well, guess what? Every year, every decade that this is going by with high blood pressure is putting you at risk for a stroke, for vision loss, for heart failure, heart attack, kidney disease, even sexual dysfunction. And I want to share with you that all the principles that I'm going to be teaching you are about the DASH diet. It's called Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. And the National Institutes of Health has created this program, and it has been proven to lower blood pressure very effectively. So these are exactly the things that you'll be learning in this program, and we'll be learning to do it deliciously without deprivation. And let me just say this, if any of you have the goal to lose a few pounds, well, guess what? In this program, we will absolutely help you do exactly that. And it's very important in helping manage our blood pressure. I want to share with you 8 steps. This is not just about the DASH diet. This is about a whole lifestyle approach. Here are 8 steps to achieving your best blood pressure level ever. Take it one. Number 1, if you have a blood pressure medication has been prescribed for you, take it as directed. I know I've teased you that I could get you off blood pressure medication with this course, and that is absolutely a truth, possibly, but only in combination with your doctor and only with the approval of your doctor. But that's what we can set a goal to work towards. And then number 2, if you smoke, get the help you need to quit. Never quit quitting, okay? Keep trying, absolutely, because smoking in itself raises blood pressure. And then number 3, if you're at all overweight, lose weight. And that's why I'll be constantly giving you awesome tips to help you lose weight throughout this course. Just losing 5 or 10 pounds will help you absolutely and give you a very positive effect on your blood pressure. All right, what's number 4? Number 4 is avoid altogether, or at least limit and keep moderate alcohol intake. I know, moderation, 1 or 2 drinks for women or men respectively, and really as much as only 2 days a week. So I'll tell you the new moderation, a little bit less, and being moderate with your alcohol, because high levels of alcohol in itself raise blood pressure. I know you wouldn't think so. You think it relaxes you, but it has been known to raise blood pressure. And what's number 5? Number 5 is manage stress. We'll be giving you some tips for managing stress because we're going to talk about yoga in this program and giving you outstanding tips from a yoga expert. Number 6, we're going to do a lot of this. Limiting our sodium intake because our goal is 2,300 milligrams per day for any healthy individual, but if you have high blood pressure, the goal is 1,500 milligrams per day. And guess what? You know what our reality is? In America, 90% of adults consume more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, and 99% of adults consume more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day. Yeah, there's sodium in every turn. And number 7 is to eat foods with more potassium, foods that are high in potassium, and to get enough potassium in your diet. And a lot of people make this mistake of just lowering their sodium, and they don't get the absolute benefit of a blood pressure lowering effect from diet if you don't simultaneously raise potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Take a look at this. Our goal for potassium specifically is 4,700 milligrams of potassium per day. That is what we need to have. And our reality is that 98% of adults do not meet this recommendation. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that the average potassium intake is around 1,755 milligrams. That's a shortfall of almost 3,000 milligrams of potassium every day. Just think about that. Right now, I want you to think about your pressure level. I want you to think about putting your fingers on a valve, like the pressure valve of your body, and you dial it to the right. There's a lot of pressure in your body, a lot of pressure. And you dial it to the left, there's less, and there's less, and there's less pressure in your body. That, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what can happen when we get potassium intake up and sodium intake down. When we do them both together, that is where the magic happens of bringing your blood pressure down. And number 8, learn to enjoy regular exercise, because when you exercise, your blood pressure goes up, but when you cool down, your blood pressure comes down lower than it was when you began. And when you do this on a regular basis, you acquire a naturally lower blood pressure. Exercise is pivotal. Today, I want to dive deep into steps number 6 and 7. Remember, 1,500 milligrams or less is our goal, and 2,300 for those in the family whose blood pressure is normal. Just want to keep it that way. But remember, in America, we eat so much more than that, 4,000 to 8,000. Oh, so much more, and we need to keep that down. And then number 7, we're going to eat foods high in potassium, at least 4,700 milligrams. That's our deep dive, all right? One thing I want to mention is I remember good 15 years ago, I was at the airport, and the lady in front of me was getting something, and I was getting a snack as well, and she reaches over and she grabs a banana and she puts it down and she goes, "Oh, I just hate having to eat a banana every day, but my doctor tells me I have to have it for potassium for my blood pressure." And she gets it, and she's kind of, she walks with a walker, and she was going over it. And I said, "Excuse me." I said, "I couldn't help but overhear you saying that, you have to have a banana every day. And I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist. And I just wanted to let you know that while your doctor is right, bananas are high in potassium, did you know that there's a lot of other foods that you can enjoy every single day that are really high in potassium as well? See those cubed melons right there? They're just as high. You could get that instead." I go, "Yeah, and a couple kiwi, that will work as well. And yogurt, do you like yogurt? If you get the unsweetened, because you don't want too much sugar, but the sweetened yogurt is loaded with potassium." She said, "My doctor never told me that." And I also know that a banana will only get you 1/10 of the way. You need that and all those things. She said, "Really?" She goes, "I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me this." Because a banana only has 400 milligrams of potassium, and you need 4,700 a day. Move over bananas, we're high in potassium too. A couple kiwi, fantastic. Cantaloupe, fantastic. Honeydew, you got it. Watermelon, all of these can be fantastic additions and should be. Even yogurt is great. White and sweet potatoes, whether they're white or sweet, either one, loaded with potassium. Tomato paste. Add tomato paste and tomatoes to just about everything. They're loaded with potassium. Avocados are fantastic. And butternut squash and edamame and beets. We'll be talking about the magical beets. And any kind of greens, Swiss chard, dark greens, spinach, all of them. And cooked dried beans. Oh my goodness, they're loaded with potassium. We'll be talking a lot about these magic mineral loaded foods as well. Oranges are fantastic, strawberries and raspberries. All of these are high in potassium. And I want you to gaze your eyes on this, and I want to ask you, could you eat 1 or 2 or 3 of these every day? Or 7 or 8 of these every single day? Maybe you have to shop a little differently, but I will tell you that's exactly what you'll be achieving in this course. And this is exactly what drives your blood pressure down. So what did you think? Like, do you think you could do that? Give it a try. It takes one thing, one success, and then you build on that. And I will tell you, you will get your blood pressure under control easily and deliciously. Just remember, keep it simple and eat real.